And now, your host for this evening's ceremonies, Adam Carolla.
All right, 20th. Oh, my God. Every year I sit here and go, my God, 20th. Well, not every year. Sometimes it's different numbers. Usually lesser numbers.
It'd be weird on the 14th.
Year.
You're like,
Right.
oh, the 20th. Hot damn.
Rudy and Dawson are hanging in the studio. There's so much to get to. I always talk too much in between stuff, and it takes too long. So I think we're just going to hop to it. I am going to say, obviously, this is impossible without everyone who's listening. And 20 years of this is insane. I was thinking it's my longest running job, which is weird to have podcasting be the longest running job. I thought it'd be like a postal service type job or something when I was younger. I was talking to Dr. Drew yesterday about sort of life and expectations and stuff like that. And he was talking about seeing the Charlie Sheen doc and seeing all the Estevez brothers and the Penn brothers and all those guys growing up in Malibu, and they're all like filming each other with cameras and wanted to be actors. And the sort of expectation they had as like young people was, I'm going to be an actor and a performer and an artist and whatever. And I said, and then Drew started saying, well, his dad was like a Depression era guy. He was so worried about being broke all the time, and he needed Drew to be a doctor, to like be a professional. And I said, we didn't, when I was growing up, and I don't mean growing up, I mean growing up to 18, 19, 20, 22, we never even talked about professions. Cop, fireman, nurse, doctor. Sure. We talked about an hourly wage. That's all we talked about. It's like, what would you do for $10 an hour? What would I do I'd do gay porn, bro, for $10 an hour. Like, we had $10 an hour conversations.
That was a lot of money back then.
And then, like, I remember being on the job site. It's probably about 2 or 3 years into carpentry. I was probably making $9, maybe $10 an hour. 2-3 years in, and there was a young guy on the job site, youngish carpenter. He was making $15 an hour. $15 an hour, and I was like, it's $120 a day. That's $600 a week. It was like it was crazy. But the notion that my group and my family and my association only spoke in terms of an hourly wage. We didn't even talk about benefits and time, holidays and golden time, and we didn't talk about any of that. We like I said, even firemen and cop jobs were like careers. You'd have a career in law enforcement or something like that. Doctor and lawyer was off the table. We just spoke in terms of like making our way up to $15 an hour one day, but working in working some warehouse somewhere, driving a forklift and getting $15 an hour. So the notion that I can come into this building and be with people I enjoy being around and talking to a microphone for a living is absolutely insane, and it was unthinkable. And I don't forget that. So, but impossible without everyone who listens and tells a friend.
And I think I can't speak for everybody here, but I speak for myself when I say thank you for doing that, because without it, I would be nowhere right now. So I appreciate the fact that you've let me ride these coattails for the last 18 months.
You're very good stand-up, so you'd be somewhere.
I'd still be back in Minnesota, definitely.
Well, maybe.
But maybe still back in Minnesota. But I appreciate you because I think it was one time, I can't remember where we were, but you made a comment about, I don't know where you guys would be, but I know where I would be, and it'd be sitting right in this exact same spot. And I was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, you would be in the same exact spot. We would still be floundering around.
I always tell people that as long as there is amplified sound and recorded from microphones, Adam will be talking into one. And the other thing I always say, just to coattail on what you're saying, none of this is possible without the people who are listening. Without them, this does not exist. So we're grateful every year for everybody.
All right, so we'll go right into it. First category, Best Impression.
The nominees for Best Impression are Daryl Hammond as Don Pardo,
He went from saying "Cool in the Gang" to crazy rap names that he probably had, and it was probably
Cool in the Gang.
But give me some good rap names, because there's like Mac 10, Lil. You can't say Little. You gotta say Lil. Uzi or whatever it is, and he probably had no fucking idea what any of this was. Like, he knew the Doobie Brothers in 1978 when he did the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
But at the end, he was naming bands, rap bands he'd never heard of.
We used to see him walking around.
Say Tekashi 6ix9ine and Little featuring Lil Uzi. Go ahead.
Tekashi 6ix9ine featuring Little Uzi.
That's right. And then add Ty dollar sign.
And Ty dollar sign.
Don, it's 50 cent. Not you keep saying 50 cents.
I can't say 50.
When I was a lad, you could buy an automobile for 50 cents.
50 cent.
Hey, that's right. There it is, 50 cent.
Yeah.
Now say it like that.
I could buy an automobile for 50 cents.
Yeah. So, Don, you keep saying little when you should be saying Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne. Featuring 50.
Featuring 50 Cent.
There you go. So you were saying Lil Wayne featuring 50 Cent. Now it's Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne featuring 50 Cent.
Jay Moore as Bill Burr.
Jay does a Bill Burr that makes me howl. And he's tapped into the essence of Bill Burr. And I think you'll recognize it when you hear it, but it's basically taking almost anything and dismissing it verbally.
Yeah, we all know Bill Burr, right?
Give me Bill Burr. All right, so I wrote down a couple of monumental things, and I thought maybe you could Bill Burritize it for us. Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, so what?
Well, it's pretty monumental.
Is it?
Yeah.
I give a shit?
No, well, I mean,
Some fucking rich white guy in a rocket? Like I care, you know? Big
Well,
deal. Yeah.
but Bill, I mean, you got it back then, 40s technology, breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah, it's great. Since the 40s, you know, there was some dopey broad at home. When are you going out on your rocket all the time? Stupid broad. Like I care. Like I give a shit. Chuck Yeager. Fuck him, you know?
Okay, well, how about the movie Gone with the Wind? I mean,
What
that
about
is
it?
a classic.
Yeah, the best part is when everything burnt down.
No, Bill, come on. For its time, it was monumental.
What time was that? 4 years after slavery?
Oh, no. But why do you have to bring slavery into
Because
everything?
who cares? Gone with the Wind, all those ladies with those stupid dresses.
Okay.
Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. Really? Hope that guy gets cancer and dies. That guy, fuck him, you know?
Bill, I mean, it's a cinematic triumph.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it is. You can't just say is it to everything.
I think we're enjoying this way more than the audience. This might be a little inside baseball.
Is it?
Stephen Baldwin as Alec Baldwin.
Alex says to me, my God,
You do a great Walt.
what happened? What happened? I went, what? What do you mean, man? What do you? He's like, man, like who'd have ever thought all these years later, Stephen, born again, right wing, Republican, conservative. I looked right at him. I said, what are you talking about? I'm a registered liberal. I said, how I vote is something, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. But I'm a registered, I said, I'm a registered independent.
Independent
is the word I used. I said, I'm not registered as a Republican. I'm registered as an independent. You know what he said to me? We all know you're a Republican sympathizer.
Kyle Dunnigan as Rodney Dangerfield.
You're full time here, New Yorker.
Oh, yeah, I'm here all the time. It's great to be here. What a club.
You know, Rodney, I gotta tell you, everyone worships you and looks up to you, but the one time I met you, you were kind of a douche to me, I gotta say.
It's all right. I didn't know what a talent you were. Good God.
Okay, you don't have to take cheap shots. We're doing Loveland, the TV show on MTV. I just went to your dressing room to say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Just barge into a big star's dressing room. Why wouldn't I say hello?
No, I knocked politely. You were in your bathrobe.
Yeah, get out doesn't mean come in. Okay. Great guy.
But anyway, Rodney, I know you liked the spleef back in the day, which is weird, because you think of him as a highball guy, not a weed guy. But Rodney liked to toke it out a little bit.
Take the edge off.
Yeah.
People breaking into my dressing room.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't break in. I knocked.
Stressing me out.
Okay.
So club here, by the way. They're making COVID-20 in the bathroom.
And Elon Gold as Donald Trump and Chris Rock.
But the observation that Trump is the Chris Rock of presidents.
He is.
That the repeating, like when he talked about just the other night, he talked about the mice. He goes, you look at the transgender mice, and they're not doing very well. They don't know. Am I Mickey? Am I Minnie? What am I? I don't know what to be.
His 2-hour speech could be 36 minutes if he stopped. Yes, she was hit with a volleyball.
Right.
Now what?
Hit with and it was so bad. You look at it, and she was hit with a volleyball. It was such a volleyball, and you look at volleyballs, and I know a lot of volleyballs, and this volleyball was so. And it's the same with Rock. The girl was hit with a volleyball, hit with a volleyball, hit with the ball. It's like we could do this in 3 minutes.
Wow. Wow. I mean, so much variation. You have a Baldwin on Baldwin. You have multiple ones. You got on-stage ones. I love Bill Burr because I love you can say anything, and he just goes, is it?
Right.
And he's won the argument.
Yeah.
And then Daryl Hammond doing Don Pardo, and he did Don Pardo on SNL.
On SNL.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, right, right.
So that's a strange one right in there.
And, Kyle Dunnigan doing Rodney inside of a
Rodney's.
club called Rodney's.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meta going on here.
Daryl Hammond should do the Pardo thing because the premise, sorry for blowing smoke up my own ass, is funny because Pardo's there from the beginning. So he's just doing Linda Ronstadt and Neil Young. Yeah. And Paul McCartney. Jim Croce. And then at some point, he's Tekashi 6ix9ine featuring Little N-Word or something. And he doesn't... But by the way, he's 89 at this point. It doesn't even know what this is. Yeah. Like, these are typos, right? Yeah. No, that's tonight's entertainment. Right. He's like, I don't know
these
what
aren't
this
words.
Yes. Yes. Paul McCartney and Wings. Yeah. That's a thing.
Right.
This is Cheap Trick. I can say that. Right. This I don't know what this is. And that had to be
Travers.
Yeah, that had to be his entire last decade of his life. All right. Here it is. The winner for best impersonation or impression. Kyle Dunnigan, everybody. Wow. Yeah.
Well deserved. Yeah. Well deserved.
Yeah.
That was acceptance speech.
Wow, I won an ACE award. What an honor. Yeah, what an honor. I'll put that on my resume under Who Gives a Shit. I'm kidding. I miss you, Adam, and the gang there. I'll see you in Hawaii. Oh, wait, I don't go there anymore. Enjoy.
Oh, that's great.
Good stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
I remember when Kyle Dunnigan first won Guest of the Year, and it was the first year that he was on this show. He was at the Christmas party. I pulled him aside and I said, look, man, this is kind of a jokey thing, but that award that you won is the most prestigious award in comedy podcasting.
Yeah, I mean, you there's 200 people come in, 250 people come in here a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Guest of the Year. Pretty good. All right. Now, we move on to our first installment of Rant of the Year.
Our first nominee for Rant of the Year, Charlie Kirk and the End Hate End Zone.
I have been railing against the, end the hate, stop racism, end racism. I go, stop it. Stop saying it all the time. And everyone's like, what's wrong with the NFL putting end hate or stop hate? I go, because you're acting as if we're drowning in hate when we really don't have any hate. Or whatever hate we have, it is... What's wrong with Joe Biden every third speech talking about white supremacy being the biggest problem and whatever? And it's like, because something will be created out of this. So this guy, Tyler Robinson, he had his text exchange with his boyfriend, who's a dude who's becoming a chick. He said, I had enough of this hatred, of his hatred. He's talking about Charlie Kirk. Some hate can't be negotiated. Okay, so he's going to put an end to the hate. He's putting an end to the hate. You see? Charlie Kirk hates, and the NFL says to end hate or to stop hate. So how do you stop a hater? You got to do it with a gun. Wow. Just math.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People have we have no idea what we're doing, like convincing black people that cops hate them and that they can't get ahead, talking about racism all the time, talking about hate everywhere. We have no fucking idea what the poisoning of the American mind with all this thing. And their thing is, hate, by the way, it's the same thing with safety. They go, what's wrong with being safe? Well, let's have a safe Thanksgiving, have a safe drive, have a safe. You're destructive with that shit. You're destructive with the end. What's wrong with ending hate and being safe? We're just because the next fucking COVID comes along, you're masking up 2-year-olds and locking everyone in their house and giving them mental disorders and shutting down schools. Mm-hmm. That's what's wrong with your fucking safety everywhere. And the hate thing is, it's a joke. Kamala Harris, Obama, you guys talk about, then you go hang out with white fucking people and spend tons of money and go to Martha's Vineyard. It's a fucking joke to you. It's not a joke to a 19-year-old who's on meds who's going to take action on the hate that you don't believe in.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever think that your old bit slippery slope guy would come as true as it has?
That's me. I know. All right. Second rant of the year.
Our second nominee for Rant of the Year, dogs in restaurants.
It's a pit bull that's got a little pup or lapdog in its jowls, and it's coming down, and everyone's just kicking the pit bull, and everyone's screaming.
Why is he not letting go?
And then there's always dumb chicks making stupid comments. What's going on? So people are like commenting, like, what is that pit bull doing? Or the person with that pit bull should have had a muzzle. And I was like, or people will stop bringing their fucking dogs to restaurants. So is that an option? Yeah. Is there an option? How is it that I sailed through my entire life, nary a dog in a restaurant or an airplane or an airport or anywhere? anywhere. There was no dogs. There was like one guy with a seeing eye dog. And listen, my thing with the seeing eye, look, if your dog doesn't have a handle on it, then it's out. If it's got 12 foot of leash, that's not your service dog can't be 14 feet in front of you. Yeah. You got to be on a handle. Do not bring your fucking dog to the restaurant. Just don't do it. And by the way, people are talking about the pit bull. Yeah. Hey, bitch, don't bring your lap dog, and it won't get eaten by pit bull. Guess who else is trying to eat here? Mm-hmm. Human beings. Yeah. Pit bulls and human beings are trying to eat under the same roof. Just leave your fucking dog at home, narcissist assholes.
Yeah, it's crazy that we brought dogs in from the woods, and we were like, we're going to make them our little house pets.
Slippery slope,
and every
dude.
once in a while, a little bit of that DNA, that little wolf, that little hunter DNA skirts through, and there's an animal, just like you saw in the video there, where and you go, why did it do that? I don't know, because that's what it was meant to do.
Next thing you know, dogs in the courtroom. Pretty soon, they're going to make one a judge.
Yeah. Slippery slope, guy. Yeah, my thing is, what's the pit bull doing? But what are you doing with your fucking piece of shit dog as well?
Yeah.
There's ways to avoid.
You're not special.
Absolutely.
All this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The new year doesn't need a new you, just needs a version of you that's carrying around a little less baggage. And sometimes that means having someone help you get out of your own way. I know I do. I've always felt strongly about this. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched with a therapist who actually fits what you're dealing with. Every therapist is fully licensed, and they start you off with a questionnaire so you're paired with the right person, not just whomever's available. They've got 4.9 out of 5-star ratings for live sessions based on over 1.7 million client reviews, which tells you the people are actually getting something out of it. It's great therapy without the extra headaches. It's BetterHelp, right, Dawson?
BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Carolla. That's betterhelp.com/Carolla.
Homes.com. Oh, man, I'm a fan. Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. I agree with those people. It may be Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory, or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home the best. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home right away. Great. And if you're just an enthusiast like me, you can just get on there and browse around, kick some tires. Nice. See what's going on in the marketplace. Homes.com. We've done your homework. All right. First installment of Best Interview.
The first nominee for Interview of the Year, Billy Bush.
Monday, they pulled me off the air. By the following Friday, we are in a conference room at my lawyer's office with a litigator, NBC litigator, and then there's the settlement and the thing. And let me be clear about one thing. I don't have grievances at this point. I've talked about this a bit. I think you're fascinated with it. I get it. I've been through the process. I got great stuff going on. Life is a shit sandwich. Eat it or starve. Everybody has something that's going to hit them hard. You could have an ill child, something in your family. I don't know. This was a shitstorm for me. If you haven't had one in your life, you're going to. I hope that you're better prepared for yours than I was for mine.
So now you're out of work and a little bit unemployable, right?
Oh, yeah. No. The phone's not ringing. There's a lot of, Billy, you're a great guy. We love you. You're so terrific. It's just not really the right time. And I'm going, no. Wait a minute. I got to get back. what consumed me, you know, in retrospect, I wish I just like went to Sweden and opened a bar and like did something different and enjoyed this time of life where they gave me some money and I like went and did something wonderful. But instead, I sat and drank like a fish and pulled my hair out and said, "You betrayal, God damn it, I can't believe what's happened." And I just melted down. I ended up in a mental health place. I mean, I literally couldn't believe that my life had turned upside down in an instant, and I was a sad sack and a loser and pissed and all that.
Wow.
There's something. Look, I'm not trying to pile accolades on myself, but whenever somebody gets railroaded for nothing, but society decides they should be railroaded, I always fucking stand up and start screaming about it, and everyone looks at me. It really shows what insane sheep we are and what cowards we are and how little character people have. Right. Because it's my just shut up Matt Damon thing where he goes, well, let's not conflate what Harvey Weinstein was doing with Al Franken. And everyone's like, oh! And I'm like, yeah, shut up. Leave him alone. He's not doing anything. And everyone's like, and people get so, we just had it with Megyn Kelly. Barely legal. I'm like, she's not what she means. But everyone, there should be, when the host of The Bachelor, gets thrown off the show for defending somebody who had an antebellum party or something, and everyone should fucking stand up and go, bullshit. You bullshit. You can't fucking fire people who are standing next to people who are doing shit that you don't approve of.
Right.
And we all just go, I don't want trouble. I don't want trouble. It's like, you don't understand where we're going as a society. You need to fucking say, all I ever said was, what the fuck with Billy Bush? He got railroaded. What do you want him to do? He's walking outside. First off, he's not supposed to be recorded. Secondly, he's not doing anything. What the fuck is going on? And thirdly, Trump's making a joke, clearly, because he says, well, when I see this woman, man, I just grab her by the pussy. I'm liable just to put a kiss on her. I could do whatever I want. And then the woman walks into the frame. It's like, oh, hello, how are you? Good.
Yeah, shakes her hand.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day. So he doesn't do. So here's the retarded left's conceit. He walks around Manhattan and grabs women by the pussy. And then you go, that's hyperbole and a joke. And he goes, he said that's what he does. And then he says he's liable to do it. And then the woman walks in the frame. So it's basically, it's like me going, I'm the kind of guy, I'll snatch that slice of pizza right out of your hand and eat it right in front of your fucking face, fucker. And then some guy walks in eating pizza. And I just stand there. How are you? Is that anchovy? Right. Smells good. Yeah. Thank you. And I leave. Well, obviously, then I don't do that. Because if I did do it, then I would do it right now.
Yeah. How many of your dipshit high school friends have been like, I'm going to kick that guy's ass? And then that guy walks in and you go, hey, what's up, dude? Never mind.
There's another version of this that drives me nuts. It's maybe a chick thing, but dudes do it too. They'll do a thing where I go, my boss told me to work on Sunday. I said, if you're so fucking smart, why don't you fucking work on Sunday? And then you go, you told your boss? Well, no, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Well, then don't say I told him.
Right.
When you sat standing there silently nodding, it's not you telling him to fuck off.
Exactly.
I told him. All right, best invention.
The nominees for Best Invention are the Subway busking belt.
You took the subway here?
Decides, the whole cart wants to hear his music.
I had the guy who decided everyone wanted to hear mariachi music, and this guy got on, and he had a guitar, and he had his wife, and she was playing the tambourine, and he was singing, but the train was rocking, and he couldn't really get his footing because he's wearing cowboy boots. And he's holding a guitar that's bigger than he is because he's like this big. And he's bouncing around. He's trying to steady himself against a post, but it's not working. And that's when I came up with this invention. This is called busking, by the way. When you go out and you play and you get paid, it's called busking. the Subway busking belt, where you just pop it on, snap it in front of the post, cinch it up, and then you can stand there steady as she goes, cranking out La Cucaracha, Guantanamero, whatever it is.
Not big TAM on that, though. Total addressable market. Very low. You're not going to make a lot of money.
You don't think there are a lot of mariachi buskers
You
in
might
the
sell
United
5.
States? Well, that's 5 more than you sold, bitch.
I love your knowledge of the
Don't
ranchero
worry,
music.
I'm gay. Starter pack.
I came up with an invention a long time ago, and I really think this should catch on. The male gynecologist, don't worry, I'm gay package. Shows up with a picture of you and your boyfriend, shows up with the adopted kid picture, shows up with the gay flag, and we just convince every woman who comes up, well, the guys. And so when the husband or the boyfriend goes, this fucking gynecologist guy's good looking, here you go. Relax. He's gay.
He's only fingering me.
Look at his office.
He's
He's
so
got
gay.
a picture of his adopted kid. He's got his boyfriend over there. He's got the gay flag swinging over. It'd just be a package. It'd be like $89. You send in a picture of yourself. We'll match you with a guy. You know what I mean? We'll just get rando black or Chinese kid adopted. Put that on the desk. Put the stuff in the waiting room. Gay flag. Whatever. We're done.
Give you a golden doodle to walk around the block.
Yeah, golden doodle. We don't have to talk. We don't have to say anything. You'll get it when you show up.
Throwback fast food menus.
I just came up with a great idea. The NFL and now MLB, I think, does it as well. I don't think the NBA does it. The NFL does the throwback uniforms. They go, and everyone loves the throwback uniforms. There's the uniforms from the 60s, from the 70s that people remember when they were kids watching the old Seahawks uniform or the old anything. They're Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
Buccaneers, where I come from,
Rams.
right?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it,
Orange
right?
Buccaneers logo, right?
Right. Okay. Fast food, throwback menu once a month, one Sunday.
Yes.
One Sunday a month.
Yes.
I can go to Taco Bell and all of a sudden it's 1974 and I'm getting a Bell Beefer. I'm getting frijoles and I'm getting all the stuff that existed. I'm getting a tostada. I'm getting all the stuff I loved when I was a kid that they pulled off the menu and now replaced with, way too much just, squeezed cheese and
Mountain Dew
sour
Baja.
cream and Mountain Dew. None of it. All gone one Sunday, and everybody's got to do it.
Fake bug zapper.
You're going to a chiropractor? Fine. I don't really know what they do. I'm not a big fan. I think it's the cracking. Because you go there and you lay down and they know how to do it. And they go, yeah, and you hear that crack, 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 and you go, oh, yeah, that's something happened. So, yeah, they crack you. They crack you. But I realize I can crack my knuckles. My hands don't feel any different or better. Chiropractic without the crack.
Right.
I don't think they got business.
It's like toothpaste.
They're out of fucking business now. And then I thought the cracking to the chiropractor is the zap sound of the bug zapper. And that's when I realized I could deal. I know people in China.
Okay.
I could develop a bug zapper for like $3 a unit that I could sell for $49 on Amazon.
Okay.
It wouldn't kill bugs.
Right.
It was just a sound machine that made the zapping sound, and it had a blue light. It would cost $3 because we wouldn't have to kill any bugs. And you'd hang it up on your porch. You'd hear zzz, zzz,
right.
And you just sit there being eaten alive by mosquitoes going, yeah, oh, I made the right choice.
Do you know how many would bite us if we didn't have that thing?
Yeah, and I'd have to do every fifth one would be a long one.
Right.
I go, oh, that was a crane fly, man. That was a big one. Right. That was a big one.
The goddamn squirrel.
And it'd be intermittent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'd be baited into this thing.
Right.
A bug zapper without the zapping sound, out of business the next week. Chiropractor without the cracking, no more for you.
And Dwarf Zamboni.
I think I may have myself an Ace Award right here.
I'll listen.
Talking about me wearing those robes, I'm thinking, you don't have a clean floor? You need to clean a floor? You hire dwarves.
You hire dwarves.
Get some bathrobes. We walk around your house 20 minutes, spotless. Because now, you may know this, to clear grass on a large farm field.
Get the sheep.
You get the goats.
Get
the goats come in, they eat all the grass. Now you have a nice manicured lawn. That's what we could do with dwarves.
Yeah, but Disney heard about it and did it CGI.
Oh,
so
they put, you know what they did? They put a kid on a Roomba, and they're like, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Assholes.
It's like
You heard about this?
It's a
Dude, we
dwarf.
didn't cover it on the show.
Well, let's talk about it. It's like a dwarf Zamboni, right?
It is. Lowercase z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that. Although you bring the goats in, they eat the grass, and you got to clean up the goat shit. Do we have to clean the dwarf shit all over the floor? The floors will be clean, but now we got extra dwarf shit.
I do like that Brad called his shot.
Yeah.
Here's an
Ooh.
Ace Award.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, these are good. They're not as good as my previous plywood jumpsuit for riding situations,
Yeah.
which when the shit goes down with Antifa and they're storming in the streets and you got a plywood hoodie and jumpsuit and you just lay against
out?
the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole place will be boarded up. People just run right past you.
Definitely not as good as Ascent, which is the fart-smelling vape for airplanes.
Oh, yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
Ascent, yeah.
And by the way, what's the over-under on the amount of time on this show that we've dedicated to the Bell Beefer? Is it an hour? Have we talked? Are we approaching 2 hours on the Bell Beefer?
Look, everyone has nostalgia. They have nostalgia for the old girlfriends. They love the songs, and they fucking love the menu of their youth. Because the reality is, fast food has always been shitty, but when you're 9, you don't know it. And so stuck in your head is, this is the best. Now, it's not any worse or better than it is today. You're just not 9.
Yeah.
But recapturing that, it'd be huge. All right. The winner for best invention is fake bug zapper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, if I did bug zappers, I would go, ours has to come with like a subwoofer on it. Like, I want to hear serious. I want you to be upstairs and see the end table shake a little. Oh,
sonic boom.
That thing's killer, man. It's killer. And the bug zapper, that's just the sound, I would also advertise you never have to clean it. And people go, how's that work? It's proprietary technology, bro. There'd never be a bug. There'd never be a pan of fried bugs for you to have to deal with.
You'll never be bugged cleaning this bug zapper.
That's right. Self-cleaning, subwoofer bug zapper.
Wow. It's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. All right. We move on to Rant, our third rant of the year.
Our third nominee for Rant of the Year, Justin Trudeau.
The best clip of Justin Trudeau is, I love it when people get fucked up on when he was trying to give the LGBTQ Spirit Plus thing and he just fucked it up. Let's hear it. That'll make me laugh.
I will never apologize.
You won't
for
apologize.
standing up
Oh.
for an LBT.
Yeah, okay, homo. Hit the bricks. Hit the bricks, homo. You're out.
Kids' rights.
All right. He's never going to apologize for standing up for marginalized. Okay, hero. Hit the fucking bricks, you pussy. Take your fucking rope bracelet with you. Your little yarn bracelet. Hit the fucking bricks. Go ruin some other country.
Yeah.
It's the narcissism thing. I'm telling you, all roads lead to narcissism. Just the fact that every one of these progressive politicians does I never will get tired of standing up for the rights of people who are the indigenous and the whatever popular. It's like, oh, God, you're such a hero. You're fucking Katy Perry right now in Milan. Okay, you're following around your bitch on a tour and then fucking her in her lavish green room. But you never stand up. You never get tired of standing up. He'll never get tired of standing up, except for he's fucking Katy Perry somewhere out of the country right now. Ugh. I don't mind what they're doing. I mind that people look at it and go, God damn it. He's right. He's not going to rest. He's not going to rest until he fucks another superstar. Like, what? Fucking people are on yachts, fucking celebrities.
Yeah,
but he
and
never gets tired of standing up for the LBGTP
If he's
community.
never resting, how does he have time to date Katy Perry?
He'll never retire.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not tired of fucking Katy Perry. Morgan and Morgan, everybody. Well, there's a reason Tom Brady's got 7 rings. Just like there's a reason Morgan and Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Over $20 billion with a B recovered for more than 500,000 clients. That's not just a slogan. That's results, people. In one Florida case, the insurance offered $350K. The client walked away with $12 million. They've been doing this for 35 years, fighting for the people. Fighting for the people. Morgan and Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people, not the powerful. Am I right, Dawson?
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yeah. You know the jingle. Now get to know the guys over at O'Reilly and gals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. You want to be the guy on the side of the road, stuck on the shoulder, looking like a dope? No, that's not going to be you this year. Friendly, helpful service people who actually know their stuff, not just some kid who'd rather be on his phone. Always used O'Reilly. I mean, I was always odd. I like the way that O'Reilly smells. I like going in there, like the smell of car parts and vulcanized rubber and capitalism and turning wrenches. I like the way all that smells in there. But guys doing it for themselves. So whether you're a gearhead or you don't know a lug nut from a donut, they'll walk you through it. No attitude, just real help. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today, or you can visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. All right.
That's what he should say. That's the next speech.
Rant number 4.
Our 4th nominee for Rant of the Year. Democrats downplaying dudes.
Please listen to me, everyone. I toured the sites of Altadena and the Palisades and Malibu. There's a whole bunch of people with dicks and balls who are fucking driving excavators and trucks and operating all the heavy equipment, all the fucking people you hate, all the people who didn't go to college, all the guys with the cocks and the balls, all the guys who don't give you their pronouns. That place is being completely rebuilt by just them.
Yeah.
Nobody who looks like you, nobody uses pronouns, no he, she's, none of your fucking freak shows, none of your Admiral Levines. Nobody looks like that. It's just a bunch of fucking dudes who go by he and him, bitch. So, let's not run them out of society. The reason we shouldn't run those guys out of society is because every once in a while, shit's gonna burn. And then you need dudes to rebuild it. You understand? Not you fairies, dudes. Not your fucking pals, real dudes. The dudes you don't like, every once in a while, shit's gonna burn down, and you need someone to come in there and clean up the mess and then rebuild it, or war's gonna break out, or a fucking bridge needs to be rebuilt, and guess who we need? Dudes.
Yeah.
Not your fucking LGBT community buddies. Dudes. Not your fucking Black Lives Matter fat bitches. Dudes. You understand? So stop fucking waging a war on dudes, because every once in a while, you may need one.
Absolutely.
Because every once in a while, you may need to get shit done.
Yeah.
I always watch these rants and go, yeah, that guy's on to something.
Yeah, I would love to see that be a new NFL Sunday on Fox bit instead of doing the "you got Moss," just like he went up in the end zone, came down with that ball. You know who did that? Dudes, not your queer ass fairy coach. Dudes.
Well, it is funny too because even the white guys that the Democrats have in places of power, they look like Scott Wiener.
Yes, I know their waif model.
And that smiley guy from Rhode Island, the mayor of
Yes,
Providence.
they're all
Like those are the
fucking
guys
waif
they
models.
choose.
Yeah.
I know, and they don't.
It's like they're definitely not dudes.
It's great. It's the same with Karen Bass. It's like it's all great until you need a mayor who can do shit, and now we're fucked because that's not. They're not in the business of doing that. They're in the business of the process. And we're supposed to applaud the fact that we have this guy or this girl, they're black or color, the gay, whatever. But we do elect them to do shit, which is another weird, sort of sad. Honestly, we're in some sort of era and place where and I see everything like through the eyes of my mom, which is, she would much rather have a black female mayor who was inert and did nothing and totally ineffective than a white rich guy like Rick Caruso who could do everything. She'd go with her. Now, she wouldn't couch it that way, like I want the one. She'd just go, I like her better.
Did your mom live to see Karen Bass elected mayor? I wonder if that was a great day for her.
I don't think so. She would have been happy. She did. It was funny. All she ever talked about was black people and how much she loved them. But when Larry Elder was running against Gavin Newsom, she was all in on Gavin. Yes, all of a sudden, they love rich, heterosexual white guys.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, Chris Carolla, who when I was 7, we watched Roots together, and she looked at me for every episode and just went, "Do you see what we do? Do you see who we are?" It's like, first off, bitch. No one in our family owned any. We don't own a fucking futon, much less a human being. No, I'll guarantee you, Carolla never owned a donkey. Forget about a black person. But anyway, I get it. They're the best. We're the worst. But now it comes time to vote for governor, and you're not voting for the black guy. You're voting for the skinny, rich, heterosexual, tall dude with the good hair who's friends with the Gettys and is fucking a Barbie doll.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, so that seems a little inconsistent, but okay. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah, the ladies will do that when they're young too. They'll take tall and unemployed over short and successful any day of the week, and then eventually they change their tune. But people who are in your position, like your mom, never change. They stay the course until the day they die.
No, that's funny. Yeah, Rudy's talking to those girls. How about 1 out of 2? Come on now. I didn't say which one. No, you know what's interesting? I realized that when you have that sort of mind virus, when you didn't use facts or statistics or common sense to arrive where you arrived, then you can't flush that out.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning if you're walk around, you're sort of fact-based, and you go, I believe this based on the facts, whatever. Could be Hunter Biden's laptop, January 6th, COVID, anything, whatever. You go, okay, I'm facts-based. I can believe it. Well, then when the other facts show up, you go, oh, now I don't believe this anymore because I got a new set of facts.
Right.
But if you believe shit like a religion, but it's not religion, it's global warming or climate change or whatever your nonsense is, cops executing black people or whatever. If you just believe it like a religion, then it never gets washed out of you because it should have never been in. You never used logic to get it in. It's just like nobody gives up religion on their deathbed or, no one, the thoughts they have, like some grandma, her son got put in jail for murder, but she'll be laying there on her deathbed going, I know Johnny didn't do it, but we have all the evidence and video cameras and stuff, but that's what so it's like, when my mom was like 2 years or something, 3 years before she died, she goes, she was always like a health food nut, but hippie health food nut, and she goes, She was talking about breakfast or something like that, and I said, well, I'm gonna make some eggs, eggs and bacon or something like that. And she was like, whoa, and I'm going the healthy route. I got the heart healthy grains. She had a sack of granola. Granola is just tons of carbs mixed with tons of sweetener, honey and molasses and shit. And she's like, heart healthy grain, whole grain, heart. And I'm like,
and they named it Quaker Oats.
Yeah. They
can't be bad for you.
This isn't good for you.
Right.
You're better off eating an egg. But and by the way, everyone knew the food pyramid had been exposed. But she took it all the way to the end because what got it into her head in the first place was a weird religious thing, but it was food. You know what I mean? So she never figured out. But people do that.
Well, a real-time example.
Time.
A real-time example of facts all of a sudden not mattering is at the beginning when they created the COVID vaccine. You have people like Kamala Harris saying, I don't trust it because it came from Donald Trump. And then fast forward 3 months later, you get this in your arm or you can't work.
Right. And now
wait
it's
a minute,
like,
what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Facts. All right. Interview of the Year, Part 2.
Our second nominee for Interview of the Year, Daryl Hammond.
Maybe too personal, but after putting 5 years together, what got you back on after putting the 5 together?
My sponsor, he blew his brains out.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
So
that's when I started dressing in black all the time.
Oh, that stings, man.
Yeah, and especially when it's done in a way, so consciously done in a way that will wipe out everyone that cared about him, that will wipe us off the face of the map, that'll make it so that we're never gonna quite be the same.
Yeah. Well,
again, like he had been outed for being gay. He was a wonderful defense attorney and was fired for
being gay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't say it as much, but they caught him making out with a guy at a convention and they fired him. The way he did it was so theatrical. It was a .357 Magnum, which really kind of removes your head.
Was it somewhere or just at his home?
Out in the forest. Here come the two worst parts of the whole story. I get a call from his 11-year-old daughter telling me, our daddy died today. He committed suicide. 11-year-old girl's voice on the answering machine. That flipped me the hell out. But when we go to the funeral and they have the open casket and they have almost like it looks like an egg that's gauze.
They had an open casket for a guy who did a 357?
Yeah, well, there were family members could come in, and if they really wanted, they could see that they could look at the body.
Wow.
Macabre.
Yeah.
Seeing the people that he wanted to ruin around me was wow. He wanted to make it so they'll never feel good again. They won't ever really laugh all the way again. They won't ever laugh all the way again. Not after this.
Jeez, I need a drink. Jesus. Myself. Holy crap.
And just when you think it can't get any worse, boom.
Open casket.
The daughter, the little girl leaving the message.
Man.
And I also feel like for a second there, he looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to. Wow. All right, moving on to our 5th installment of Rant of the Year.
Our 5th nominee for Rant of the Year, Sympathy for January 6th Cops versus ICE.
I saw hours of footage of all the Capitol policemen on January 6th with the committee being brought up in front of the committee, and then they would film them like holding back the tears because of how fearful they were with the rioters and everything else. First thing, I know this sounds horrible, but I'm always like, hey man, if you can't handle some fucking scrum, don't be a fucking cop. Like, you signed up, you trained, You got a helmet. You got some pepper spray.
I've coached those guys before. They always thank me because I give them good footwork.
Yeah, that's your job. But
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of theater going on here with the January 6th committee, and these people were traumatized. And then what you do is you count any suicide of a Capitol policeman as a murder that happened on January 6th, as you're trying to pad your numbers because there is no murders. Oh, yeah, one chick got shot in the face by one of your guys from 6 feet away, but that's the only number. That's the only fatality. So you got to try to pad it on. And they sit up there and they talk about how it's going to be years of therapy and about how they can't sleep at night, emotionally destroyed because of the push. Okay. A small percentage of them were in the actual scrum. The others were doing a guide of the rotunda for these people and opening doors. But all right, they've all been horribly scarred. According to the Democrats, these guys have been scarred for life for having to clash with rioters. How come I never hear any sympathy for anyone who's getting spit in the face on at a BLM thing or getting pushed up or a cop getting a bucket of water dumped on his head or a rock tossed at him in LA? How come there's zero sympathy for that guy? Like, what is... You tell me the difference. You're a cop. You're in Washington, you're in the rotunda and people are pushing the door and you're pushing back, or you're in the middle of Hoover Street in downtown LA and there's a guy pushing at you, calling you a pig and a Nazi and spitting on you. What is there physically some difference between the trauma? So zero trauma for the guys being called Nazis repeatedly and spit in the face on, because that's out on the street, and those guys are BLM or Antifa, so who cares? But maximum trauma for the guy in the rotunda leading the tour. Okay, that's such a consistent thought, assholes.
Again, facts.
Yeah.
We love cops one day, we don't the next.
Also, I realize, like, I have a here's a problem with me. I have spent so many years clashing with my friends physically. Like, I grew up with two of the most physical guys you'd ever want to meet, and they were big, and they were both weird, had like orangutan strength,
right,
you know, and they had no governor. They had no like frontal cortex. Like, they would choke anybody, attack anybody. They thought it was a great idea to drag me nude out into the street when the school was spilling out, you know, at 3 o'clock. And they fought like fucking apes and they were both crazy. Like, they're both the kind of, here's what they both were. There were guys who didn't work out, who couldn't convince anybody they didn't work out all the time. They just had fucking muscles and veins, and they weren't even like high school husky. They were fucking shredded and over 200 pounds and over 6'2" and wanted to fucking battle all the time. And I just fought those guys. So when I see footage of like Cassie getting thrown to the ground by P. Diddy or something, I always go, that's a 2. You know, and everyone looks at me and goes, what? And then he goes, and he shoved her. He kicked her with his foot. It's like, yeah, I got her in the meaty part of the thigh. Like, that's not even Tuesday. That's before noon on Tuesday for me. And like, these guys pushing and shoving and yelling and shoving. It's like, that's all I did all fucking day. Like, you just fucking shake it off and go back in the house. You know what I mean? Like, I fought both of them naked in my dad's driveway, and they fucking won as hard as they could go. Sure. And we won American Gladiator in my fucking dad's driveway. And that's when I realized, like, they talk about that strength a mother gets trying to get her car up and the kid pinned under it. You have ultra strength when you're naked and school's let out and people are just walking down the street, all the girls and everything, and you're being dragged naked out in the street. I just fucking flared up my back, man. I was strong and I was big too, so I could do it, but I wasn't a specimen like them. But I fought those guys all day, every day, and that's all we ever did. So when I see that, like, the scrum, I'm always like, and also, you signed up to be a fucking cop. Don't fucking be so surprised you got to push against somebody. But anyway, yes, now we're into month number 6 of calling ICE officers Nazis and spitting on them, and not a peep from the the Jan 6 committee. 0. All right. Simply Safe. Yeah, I hit that point where I realized my security system was basically just a deadbolt and wishful thinking. And if that's where you're at, might I suggest Simply Safe? It's proactive. Traditional systems react after a break-in. Simply Safe can help stop a crime before it starts. Simply Safe keeps your home safe with a double layer of defense. First, AI cameras detect potential threats, and then live agents confront them while they're still outside of your home. That's why I trust Simply Safe with my place, protecting the studio gear, the front door, the driveway, all the stuff I actually care about. So, real security stops crime before it starts. Am I right, Dawson?
Right now is such a good time to get Simply Safe. This month only, get 50% off any new system. Go to simplysafe.com/Adam. Again, simplysafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Pluto TV is free with all the best movies. The holidays are brutal, so if you're feeling frugal, stream Pluto TV. Stream Pluto TV. Stream Pluto TV for free. Stream blockbuster hits like 21 Jump Street, Ted, The Expendables, and so much more on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Rant of the Year Part 6 coming.
Our 6th nominee for Rant of the Year, tipping.
23-year-old hot chick who's walking out with big handfuls of fucking cash over doing nothing all fucking night in air conditioning. And by the way, you work in a field where, what the fuck? The bottle service. All right, it's $1,000 for a bottle of what? Vodka?
Yeah.
You're getting tipped based on just bringing a bottle out? And also, what's the difference? There's jobs where nobody tips. You work behind the grill at a McDonald's. I work behind the grill. I never got a fucking tip. So you just some hot chick who walks around, drops off drinks, or there's a bottle of wine, and the bottle of wine's $300. You're just getting tipped on that versus a bottle of wine that's $18 or $31. Same bottle, same cork, same thing, same whatever. Fuck you. Tax the shit out of them. Tax those tips.
Wildly unpopular
free
opinion.
fucking money. Why do you guys need more free money? And by the way, if you're in an industry where you're being tipped, you're either serving booze or sucking dick. You're not doing anything. You understand? You don't have a skill. We don't need you. You're just bringing people shit. You don't have a skill. I don't care. You're bringing people food. That's not a skill. You're making a drink, or you're giving a rub and tug, or whatever you're doing. It's not. You're in. If you're in a business that gets tips, you're probably hurting humanity. It's all vice. It's all people being bad.
Yeah.
It's uneducated people with zero experience, no life skills. By the way, if you just said, look, tomorrow I got a magic wand. You go, we can get rid of, I can get rid of a group. Okay, who are we going to get rid of? Air traffic controllers. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not. Cops. Nope, don't do it. Firemen. Nope. Loggers. Nope, don't do that. Farmers. Nope, don't. Surgeons. Nope. People who get tips. Yeah, we probably get rid of. I don't see like we would need them. Fucking 40-year-old dudes with ponytails and fucking high school education. Like we don't need people to get tips.
Yeah.
And it can all be replaced the following day. Air traffic controller, surgeon, fireman cannot be replaced later that day. Tip people that day. All of them. You're worthless.
So true, man. I live in Las Vegas, and my apartment complex is right down the street from the strip club, the Airstrip. Great name for a strip club, by the way.
Yeah.
So a bunch of the gals lived there 2 days ago. They were all in the gym. There's like 3 or 4 of them. They're basically wearing bikini bottoms and bras in there. And one of them is pushing the light switch up and down. And then it's during the day, so you can't really tell if the lights are flicking off and on. And one of them says, I think it's broken. It's not working. And now every guy in there is like, oh, is there anything I can do? What do you need? She goes, the drapes are not moved. They don't move up and down. And I was like, it's a light switch. And finally somebody goes, oh, because that you have to manually, every guy in there now getting a ladder. They're pulling all this shit down. And I was like, why are we catering to these women again? They're dumb as shit. But you're right. Incredibly hot.
On the other hand, he's spending a lot more time in the gym, which is great.
There was also a component that was in that rant, possibly, I can't remember if it got shortened or I was talking about it, but it holds people down like rent control fucks people up, meaning it's an unintended consequence. I knew a guy lived in Santa Monica, had a fucking killer rent control apartment right on Ocean Boulevard. He's still there. Because he's never going to own a house because he doesn't want to move to the fucking San Fernando Valley where he could afford a house and own a house when he looks at the ocean. But it's a gilded cage because it's rent controlled and he's kept there. If he was paying fair market, he'd be paying $5,000 a month and he'd go buy a house. The tipping, I can't tell you like how many times you've been to I went to Maui with like a family. And the dude, there's like 45-year-old dude who's your fucking server, but he lives in Maui. It's an upscale restaurant. He's walking out with $250 cash. He's never going anywhere. He's never going to have a profession or trade or skill. It keeps them in it. I had a girlfriend who was a stripper. I was like, you should stop being a stripper. She's like, I could be a receptionist and get paid $10 an hour, or I could go here and get fucking free drinks and come home with a big pile of cash. Right. So it actually artificially keeps you in these no-skill jobs way later in life because you get hooked on the cash. I will say this. So tax the shit out of people are getting tips, but I am down with the no tax on overtime. Because when I used to work my first construction job, I got $7 an hour, and they took taxes out. And it would be like 7 times 40 or whatever. And I would walk out there with like $214 worth of money if they took the fucking taxes out when you're poor, But we would work overtime all the time, work 50, 60 hours. And the difference between 40 hours and 60 hours was almost no pay increase because they nailed you on the taxes.
Yeah, right.
So I could work 40 hours and get out of there with $230, or I could work 60 hours and get out of there with $261 or something. And it would always fucking drive me nuts that they taxed it, and we never got golden time or time and a half or anything either. So it was just fucking more money to the government that I didn't have. All right. Interview, the third installment of Best Interview.
Our third nominee for Interview of the Year, Jake Steinfeld.
I'm seeing the house is okay. I'm going, okay. This is okay. I make the right turn. One house is good. Other house is good. We have a basketball court in our front yard that we bought this home. We didn't build this house in 1994. And when the kids would wait for the bus, we'd all play some basketball in the front yard. And the basketball hoop was melted. And you drive up, and my daughter's sitting in the back seat, and I'm not going to get emotional. It was insane to see your house.
Yeah.
It's
so
burning.
Houses around your house are okay. They're up.
Opposite side, across the street, it's up.
So literally, the neighbor in front of you is fine.
Left side, right side, fine.
Right, and left, and front. Those are your. There are 3 neighbors, all fine.
And I'm gone. There's the only thing that's up is the front gate. And I remember standing up outside and looking, and my daughter come on behind me and says, "Daddy, it's going to be all right." And I called Tracy, my wife, in the car, who's down on the bottom of Chautauqua, And she goes, what's up? I go, it's gone. It's just gone. And it's such a surreal feeling, fellas. You know, we see movies, television shows, news, Woolsey fires, right? Katrina, all these horrific things that happen, and you sit there with your family or your wife and you go, wow, that's terrible. So what are we having for dinner tonight? Right? Yeah, and you get on to your life. And now you're the guy, or you're the victim, or you're the person that they're talking about. And then you hear all this stuff about LA strong and all, hey, this, and you're going, you're full of shit. It's not
By the way, I've lived in LA my whole life. I don't know what LA strong. You're not allowed to just put strong in front of lazy people who don't have a house.
Well, we'll talk. So, but I'm going to say this. After a few hours, what happened was something that I didn't think would happen to me. It was a rejuvenation. I felt light. I felt like this sense of energized. I'm an energized guy all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But I went from like, what the fuck, to, okay, you got a choice. You could roll up in a ball and die in a corner, or you get up and you persevere.
Body by Jake.
Yeah, tears by Jake, man. Getting emotional there.
All right. Our last one for the first half is the Creative Arts Awards.
And we will go to break with this.
Okay.
And come back.
At a private ceremony held last month, Technical and Creative Arts ACE Awards were handed out in the following categories. Best Intro.
Reminding Governor Newsom, whoever Delta smelt it, Delta dealt it. Adam Carolla.
Yeah! Get it on. Got to get on. You know what I love? I love the best part of my childhood. There weren't a lot of good parts. It's the reply. And then the reply to whoever smelt it, dealt it, was he who denies it, supplies it? Was that a part of, like, we had a lot of fart-related terminology, and to win on some sort of fart technicality.
Best AI Chatbot.
Word on the street is you've been celibate for 6 years.
Oh, honey, I wouldn't say celibate.
Oh.
I've just been enjoying the company of myself.
Oh, you have a vibrator?
Smirks, maybe. But I'd much rather have the real thing, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I get you. I see. So, you've been not with a man, but it's not like you haven't been with yourself.
Purrs, I've certainly kept myself entertained, Adam. But there's nothing quite like the feeling of skin on skin.
Best Interpreter.
Trump must use an interpreter at some point. I don't think he uses a chick.
No.
Because he wants to sound like him, right? But half his speeches are him threatening and belittling.
Yeah.
You want some soft-spoken woman doing that.
Right.
You want big husky voice
No,
on
I
that.
think Trump should hire flaming homosexuals. Especially for the guy from France. Thank you, Mr. President. You look really sweet today. Everything you do just makes me tingle. We totally understand your stance on NATO.
It would give you at least a verbal upper hand, a tonal upper hand, don't you think?
I like that.
Best Radio Format.
Drywall it back up. You might want to think about, like, in the bedroom and stuff, go with quiet rock. They have a kind of I don't know, it sounds like a Sirius XM station, doesn't it? Now back to our Steely Dan Fest on Quiet Rock.
Nina Blackwood taking you into the 9 o'clock hour here on Quiet Rock.
Gino Vanelli in studio. 10 o'clock hour. Quiet.
From 1981.
Gino, I just wanna stop.
And best live ad.
Guys, Dr. Phil here, and when I get fucked up during the day, it's only one drink of choice. Look, there's every different type of way to eat a Reese's. Look, I got an Adam Carolla butt plug in right now, but that doesn't mean that I like it. I'm just supporting my friends and my new friend Ja Rule. Can I call you Ja?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll take it from here. This is Ja Rule's Amber and Opal, which is tastes good going in, tastes better coming out. That's what she said. Don't cancel me. And remember, if you're drinking this at home by yourself, shave your head, your back, your pussy, and your crack. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here.
Shopify. You want to stay on the couch through another year? Or is this the year you actually get after it? You got skills, you got ideas. Now's the time to start. My life grew when I stopped thinking about my ideas and actually put them out in the world. So don't let another February roll around without betting on yourself. With Shopify, this can be your year. You finally make it happen. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made the leap. Marketing's built in. Emails and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they're scrolling. As you grow, Shopify grows with you. More orders, new markets, all from the same dashboard. At some point, you either start or keep making excuses. Let's start with Shopify, right, Dawson?
In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Carolla. Go to shopify.com/Carolla. That's shopify.com/Carolla. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side.
Select Quote. Buying life insurance is basically hiring a bodyguard for your bank account after you're gone. Seriously, life insurance is one of those things you want to get right. The right coverage, the right price, regardless where your health is at. That's where Select Quote comes in. They've been in business for 40 years. Their job is simple. Find the right life insurance policy for you. They shop, you save. Got high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease? Select Quote works with carriers that offer policies designed for people with pre-existing conditions. So you can still get the protection you need. This is one of those adult decisions that actually feels good once it's done. It's Select Quote, right, Dawson?
Get the right life insurance for you for less and save more than 50% at selectquote.com/Carolla. Save more than 50% on term life insurance at selectquote.com/Carolla today to get started. That's selectquote.com/Carolla. Let's take a look back at some of the best musical moments on the Adam Carolla Show in 2025.
Tommy used to work on the decks. Union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough. Yeah. So tough. The Bears. Gina works the diner all day. Working for her man. She brings home her pay for love. For love. Come on, sing it. She says we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer.
All right, we got it.
I know you can tell I'm excited.
Oh, you can tell I'm excited, yeah.
That whole song's about him getting a
Whole song's
boner.
about
when
a
he's
teenage
into it.
boner.
Yeah. Now, girl, I know you felt it. Oh, you know I can't
felt
help it. You're making it hard for me.
Oh, that's the next one.
Baby, I know you felt it.
Yes, I'm telling you. Later he says, look, you're making it hard for me. Real
Baby, I wrote one about farting. I was like, baby, I know you smelled it. That's because I dealt it.
I feel a little poke coming through on
That's
you.
right. I'm so happy to share this with you guys.
That is a boner song.
I heard Undercover Angel on 70s at 7.
Midnight fantasy. I never had a dream that made sweet love to me. Undercover angel, an answer to my prayer. And I guess those songs about beating off.
I said, what?
I
She
said,
said,
ooh-wee. I said, all right. She said, lovely, lovely, lovely. Undercover angel, midnight fantasy. We got Kodiak's King
Oh my gosh.
by Don Hodiak. Up in the land where the cold winds bite, where the mountains rise.
The day stretched night.
You sing it.
There's a giant in the timber, wild and free, a shadow on the shoreline watching me. They say you ain't seen power till you've stared one down. And old Don Hodiak knows this bear run town.
Up in the land where the cold winds bite.
Oh, yeah.
Where the mountains rise. And the days stretch night. There's a giant in the timber. He's wild and he's free. A shadow on the shoreline just watching me. They say you ain't seen power until you stared one down. And old Don Hodiak knows this bear run town.
Oh my gosh.
'Cause Kodiak's the king of the northern wild, where the grizzlies roam and the rivers smile. From the salmon runs to the midnight skies, that bear's got fire in his ancient eyes. You can talk Montana or them Yellowstone tracks, but the heart of the wild beats loud in Kodiak.
Wow. That's Kodiak's King. That will be Don Kodiak's theme. I got the hash brown blues, tater tots in Boston, hockey pucks in Austin. I got me singing
Wisconsin.
And I'm singing them hash brown blues.
Oh, God.
New potatoes, get them out of here. Fingerling potatoes, I ain't no queer. Wow. Wow.
You got a look on your face like you don't remember doing the hash brown blues.
I don't, but I do remember flying to Florida last weekend, and I was in first class, and you can get for breakfast. They do you want the yogurt with the berries, or do you want the omelet with the potatoes and where omelet with the potatoes. It was a cheese omelet with a type of cheese in it that I did not recognize, weird white and fluffy, and kind of seemed almost like ricotta cheese or something, like a non-omelet cheese. And then on top, it had the melted sort of spooned Velveeta type. And I took 2 bites. I was just like, I know I'm a broken record, but why not just make something somebody wants?
Yeah.
And then the potatoes were the wedges. The brown, never hash brown. It's never hash brown. It's never what people want. And I took 1 bite, and I was like, oh, it's so salty. It was like really salty. And then my girlfriend said, yeah, they're over seasoned. And the point is both of us who love potatoes, and we just pushed it back. But I'm like, is there any process of testing or anything? Like, does anyone, is there a kitchen, a culinary kitchen or something where someone, chef, and you taste it and someone goes, it's way too fucking salty and it's weird, and why not just do fucking scrambled eggs with cheese, and why not just do hash browns? Like, I think everyone could agree on that. You have these weird potato wedges that are way too seasoned. They taste weird and too salty. I wanted none. I've never turned away eggs and potatoes in my life. I turned them away because you fucked it up. Just do cheddar cheese or whatever, a Denver omelet or something. You're just do what's on the ground. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like Fiesta mix. It's like, okay, they don't put Fiesta mix in vending machines because no one would buy it. They buy Pringles, and they buy Doritos, and they buy Funyuns, and they buy Ritz crackers or Wheat Thins or something. So if it's not on the ground, it should never be in the air. You understand? This isn't fucking prison. It's first class.
It's a good rule.
It's first fucking class. So if nobody makes the world's shittiest cheese, if this was any diner in America, if this was a Waffle House and you gave them this, they'd go, this fucking tastes like shit. Yeah. And by the way, what happened to these fucking potatoes? Who fucked them up? If it's not on the ground, and that's snacks too, your weird little salty ass straight pretzel, the fucking weird stale pretzel, the thing you would never get from a vending machine, then don't fucking do it.
Right. Yeah.
I'll take a pack of peanut M&Ms, I'll take a thing of Doritos. That's ground food. Now we're up there. We're captive, and we're trapped.
Locked in.
And you're fucked. That's how it works.
Well, they do test it at other companies, and they go, these potatoes are shit. Why don't you give it to First Class and Delta, because Carolla's going to Florida.
Right. By the way, I found a great diner in North Hollywood on Sherman Way.
Oh, good.
The hash browns are amazing, and definitely the potatoes are cut there.
Oh,
nice.
Homemade hash browns.
Listen, I just everyone. Here's what I will grant people with hash browns and potatoes. There may be people, and I would label them the criminally insane, who enjoy the wedge cut or the cubes or the cottage or the new potato or the purple. There may be a handful of insane people who prefer that to hash browns, but nobody doesn't like hash browns.
Right.
That guy says, I want potatoes for my breakfast. I prefer this hoity-toity bullshit potato, but that person still loves hash browns.
If all roads lead to narcissism, blame the chef who puts together the menu because he thinks he's better than hash browns.
Oh, yeah.
He or she.
And it's the biggest problem in the world, which is we're in first class. We're not at a Waffle House. Like, I would suck you off for anything on the Waffle House menu.
Yeah,
absolutely. You hear that, Gag?
Note to self, bring Waffle House food on next flight. Yes.
All right, Rant of the Year, number 7 already? Here we are.
Our 7th nominee for Rant of the Year. Wildfire National Guard hypocrisy.
So the National Guard has pulled in. And the National Guard has pulled in because there have been lots of stories about lots of looting, because we live in Sodom and Gomorrah times here in Los Angeles. Like, we are so bad that after we mismanage the fires, then all the human beings that are criminals that are running around the streets, who are tired of doing street takeovers and tired of pulling copper wiring out of street lights, now have mobilized, and they're tired of looting the CVS and the drugstores and the Gucci purse shop and everything else. They're bored. They've now taken to looting because people are being removed from their parking lots, or I should say being removed from their neighborhoods and transported places. And so the neighborhoods are empty, and now the looters have moved in. So we've called the National Guard, and the fine people of Santa Monica and Malibu and the Palisades are very happy that the National Guard is now here protecting their homes and their valuables and their property, and stopping arsonists who are copycat arsonists who are starting and trying to light more fires and being successful. So, the people of Santa Monica, people of Palisades, people of Malibu are happy to see the National Guard. But when BLM was burning everything to the fucking ground in Seattle and in Chicago and in Portland, you pussies were against the National Guard being called in because it wasn't your shit that was on fire, and it wasn't your store that was being looted, and it wasn't your house that was being looted. That was somebody else's. So during the entire BLM riots, when everything was being burnt in the ground, well, those were just business owners who may have lived in the Portland area. So they can fuck off because you're too busy virtue signaling and taking a stand. And God forbid Trump suggests that the National Guard be called into these cities. You were dead set against it, citizens of Santa Monica, because you're so much better than we are. But now that it's your shit that's getting looted, well, now you're happy to see the boys in uniforms that are cordoned off your neighborhood with your precious shit in it that you don't want to see stolen or burned to the ground. You didn't give a fuck when this was going on in every blue city in the United States. You were all against it. Well, now it's your city, and you love it. So think about that, fucking hypocrites.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I agree with me. Interview of the year, 4th installment, Zachary Levi.
Our 4th nominee for Interview of the Year, Zachary Levi.
Well, I know these sorts of themes are important to you, and you've written books on them, and I don't know if you would say you struggle with mental illness or you think about mental illness, or it's I guess it's a fine line between having a fascination with something and or struggling with that, but it's a subject that's important to you.
Oh yeah, no, listen, I have very much struggled with mental illness throughout my life. I think that I think one of the most important things we need to do, and we're doing a good job of it, I think, as a society, to destigmatize mental illness and mental health at large, is recognizing that mental illness, for the longest time, and you know this, like movies in the 70s and the 80s, even the 90s, if there was a character that went to a therapist, it was like, oh, they must be a little wacko, oh, they're going to the shrink. Right. Like it was always a joke. It was never really something that was taken seriously. And I think that's in part because mental illness and mental health wasn't really understood all that well until, honestly, like the last 10 years. And we're starting to understand that mental illness is like dental illness. Everybody gets a cavity here and there. Everybody's got something that they're working through, which is why with our mental illness, we need to mentally floss and mentally brush our brains and our hearts and work through not just trauma from a long time ago, which a lot of us still carry around and aren't realizing it, but even the everyday things that go on, handling your stress, handling your anxiety, handling your fear, handling your depression, your sadness. I mean, there's all of these things. These are universal. There's not a single human on earth that is somehow, incapable of suffering through some of that, even a little bit of that, and that's still mental illness. Mental illness goes from, again, to make a physical comparison, anywhere from cancer to the common cold. Hopefully you're only dealing with some version of mental illness that's like the common cold. It's like a little thing, you're dealing with some anxiety, you can work through it, you're good. But some people have really deep mental illness that is like a cancer in them, and they are no less valuable as human beings. They are no less loved by God. We've got to be able to hold all of that spectrum, and having gone through lots of different trauma throughout my life, things that I was unaware of, things that I needed a lot of healing from. I had a mental breakdown at 37. I didn't want to live, and I didn't know why, and I was blessed enough to be able to go to this really wonderful place in Connecticut, and I got 3 weeks of the most intensive life-saving therapy, and it did save my life. And I learned in that moment as a 37-year-old man that I'd never loved myself, or even liked myself that much.
Wow.
He's a thinker,
Interesting guy.
Yeah, he's a deep and interesting guy who's also, he does great musical theater as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The interview of the year, 5th installment, Drake Bell.
Our fifth nominee for Interview of the Year, Drake Bell.
My experience was not a good one.
You were a survivor of molestation, I guess we'd say.
Yeah.
Was that acting coach?
Yeah.
And
there was a dialogue coach that worked on the show.
But it was really the 41 people showing up in support of this guy.
Well, that's 41 letters that were written.
Letters.
There were way more people that showed up. And the letters, I mean, I'm not going to put it on there. You got it. They're so, because I didn't know about the 41 letters when
you just
this
knew
happened.
who was in the courtroom.
I just knew who was in the courtroom. When they did the investigation for this documentary, the letters were sealed. So all of these people thought that these letters would never see the light of day.
Uh-huh. And they turned out to be some prominent people.
Dude, they're all celebrities. They're all famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Most famous person, who?
James Marsden.
Really?
Yeah. Works like crazy on, I mean, the guy never stops working.
Right.
Go look at his Instagram. Go look at his Instagram messages, comments.
So
I'm surprised that
he just went.
I'm surprised
I worked
he's
with
working
this
and Justin
guy.
Baldoni's not. That's crazy.
Right.
It's wild.
So he worked with him when he was younger
a
and is supporting
praising
him.
letter about how, and what was so amazing, which I thought was just blew my mind, was in all of these letters they were like, I never felt uncomfortable around him. He never made me feel uncomfortable. I've shared hotel rooms. I'm like, you're all adults.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Like that's like me saying like I like grown women, and I get accused of something, but then my friend's like, well, I shared a hotel room with him and he never made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I know,
you're not really in his.
Yeah.
Like, but they're all like, he never. I mean, grown women like, I always felt comfortable around him, because you're not a 13-year-old little boy.
Woo! Wow. Heavy, man. All right. On to our 8th installment of Rant of the Year.
Our 8th nominee for Rant of the Year. The Stephen Colbert audience loves Zoran Mamdani.
Listen to Colbert's audience, but I'll tell you, it's everything's wrong, because what Colbert does, who's a douche, by the way, Colbert just goes, he just lays the person's, first off, I don't care if they're gay or lesbian or black or white or the first this or the first that. I want competent fucking people running big cities. Okay, but listen to Colbert. Listen to his audience.
Yesterday, in a stunning upset, Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani won the Democratic mayoral primary.
His audience loves it because they're fucking retards.
That's extraordinary. Mamdani is now on track to become the city's first South Asian mayor, first Muslim mayor, and the youngest mayor in over a century. Youngest mayor.
Youngest mayor. Okay, that doesn't mean shit to anybody. That just means no experience. His fucking mom makes films. He's a fucking trust fund baby. He's never had a real job. And he has no fucking real experience. I want an old dude who ran businesses.
Yeah.
He's the youngest. He's the youngest commercial airline pilot in the sky. He's a 14-year-old doogie. I don't want to get on that plane. I want fucking grizzled Vietnam vet who's pissed he can't smoke in the cockpit. That guy. Yes. He's the youngest, okay? He's Muslim. Oh, they never fuck anything up. Those people's always right on the mark. Every country that's Muslim, majority Muslim, run perfectly. Perfectly. You need Muslim. You need lack of experience. What else is he? He's a socialist. Okay, this is going to be awesome. Man, I've always wanted to write a book called I Never Knew Adults Would Be This Stupid. But that's where we are. Like, we're living in a world with fucking dumb shit adults who think it's a good idea to vote for guys like this. Like, and maybe it was only through the eyes of a 9-year-old Adam Carolla, but I looked at adults, and especially adult males, is grown up, smart, and mature,
Absolutely.
and professional, and good at what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I had no fucking idea they would be this fucking stupid and reckless. And all their retarded ideas that they float about everything in society that they're wrong about, I had no idea. Because I just knew they wore cardigan sweaters and Mr. Vendig's home from work, you know what I mean? He's smoking a cigar and watching TV. But he's not floating a bunch of ideas about boys being girls and girls being boys, or like nobody's illegal, or whatever it is, whatever retard thing. I don't know what happened to adults. And maybe they were always fucking stupid. I just didn't know it. But they seem pretty measured and they seem like practical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I want to have candy for breakfast. No, you can't have candy. You have to have something that's good for you. Like, it was a lot of that, and now it's just gone.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
Just fucking dumb shit adults.
Yeah.
With stupid ideas.
Right.
I bought my first house. Best piece of advice I ever got was go down to the Home Depot and get to know the oldest guy there.
Yeah.
Because he's going to know everything. And
Right.
then get to know the youngest guy there, because that's the guy who's going to help you haul all that shit.
Nice.
And I was like, it was one of the best pieces of it. So anytime I go into those places, I'm walking down an aisle and I see that guy in that orange apron, I just walk right past the young guy. I would rather talk to somebody who's an older guy from in plumbing,
Right.
help me with, woodworking.
His name's Robert,
yeah.
but you can call him Bob.
Bob, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
First name basis
Yeah.
with these guys.
There's
absolutely.
only one flaw in this premise, but it's good.
Okay.
You come in Home Depot on Monday and like, where's Hank? And Hank, the old timer, merchant marine,
Yeah.
knows everything about plumbing fixtures. But you come back on Friday and you're like, where's Hank? He died.
Died.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Shit.
God damn
Now
it.
we're left with
Yeah.
the one dumb guy. All right. Point shitting. Best point shitting award.
prestigious.
Prestigious. Let's do that.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Shitting on a Point or Story are Mike Dawson.
Oh, yeah. I got thoughts. Yes. First things first. Somebody decided in 1961 that you had to christen apartment buildings like there were boats. I don't know why. You don't have to name your house. You don't name your house. Dawson, what's your house's name? No name? Get on it, bro. Because how do I know where I'm going? You know what I mean? Like, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Now, once in a while.
Actually, my house does have
Oh,
a name.
I knew you'd say that, Dawson. Everyone knows you're just disagreeing with me. Your house doesn't have a name.
No, it does. It's called the No Oasis.
No Oasis.
Yeah, ask any of my friends. And it's in the territory of Los Angeles, California.
All right.
Just off the coast.
Yeah.
That was some expert point shitting right there, by the way. Go on.
Alicia Krause.
Because there's lots of Hispanics here now. And now when you drive around, it's street vendor everything all the fucking time. So then you go, are you indicting that? Or are you judging their culture? Or is this some sort of pejorative or negative or something? And the answer is, it's street vendor culture. They do it. We formerly didn't do it, but there's so many of them here now that now we do it.
Yeah, it's infiltrated our culture.
Right. And then I will go, I don't like it.
And I will
because-
go, I do.
Right, except for not if you own the Toluca Lake flower store that was by Forest Lawn and you can't do business anymore because they're selling flowers all up and down Forest Lawn Drive and undercutting you.
But I would argue, no, just make better flowers and maybe consider who your market is, and
All right, hold on,
you
I'm
have
gonna
to
write this down.
you have to
Make
adjust.
better flowers.
When Henry Ford created the automobile, and
Hold on,
all the
I wanna
carriage
examine
guys were
make-
like, oh no, he's making a horseless carriage.
But you
What do you
want
do?
Toluca Lake to florists to make better flowers?
Yeah, make better, more affordable flowers.
More affordable than $12 for a full bouquet when you have a
Is it
staff
really?
and
I
insurance.
love to go to the flower
and-
market. I have not seen a dozen roses for $12 in a long time. I'm just saying that I don't think so. You have an awesome podcast. You're one of the godfathers of
Well,
podcasting.
hold on,
Does
hold
it
on. If
undercut
you
you
have
when
a-
other
if-
people
if-
create a podcast? Or does it just create more rivalry and healthy competition?
So if you owned a Mexican food restaurant, you'd be fine with people selling tacos in front of your Mexican food restaurant
I
at
don't
half
know
the
that I'd
price?
be fine with it, but like you said earlier in the show, I'd have to get over it. be better at what I do.
Just make a better
then
taco.
Make a better taco.
How? Well, at a cheaper taco?
Not always, but just because it's cheaper, it doesn't mean it's better.
But how would you have to deal with insurance?
True.
And employees.
True.
And EEOC and health inspectors.
Yeah,
and
this is why we
rent
need Newsom and
mortgages
Democrats out of the way so we don't have to.
But how would you?
But I just don't think to indict.
How is Toluca Lake Florist going to compete with the guys who don't
How
have
is
any
Toluca
overhead?
Lake Florist going to compete with 1-800-Flowers or Pro Flowers or anybody else then?
But they also have to pay taxes and have employees and insurance and stuff. They have to deal with.
You know,
a
in
lot.
LA, in the city of LA, you have to have a license technically to be a street vendor.
Okay, so you think all these people are licensed?
I'm not saying that they are or not.
Well,
I'm
which
just
is your
saying
argument?
Mike Dawson.
Dawson?
I want to just shit on one of your points a little bit.
You kind of got started with France, but go ahead.
In the UK, they eat butter sandwiches. I don't really think that England is a strong sandwich
I don't know. They
nation.
have a Londoner, and a Londoner is like a marmalade, a ham, a cheese, and like fresh bread. That sounds delicious.
I'm only going off my research, which says, well, first off, look, we have bologna sandwiches. I don't like bologna sandwiches. I don't know who does.
I know a guy that does.
I love them. Bologna sandwiches.
Okay, now I know two guys that do.
Of course, you love bologna sandwiches.
And look,
when's the last time you made a bologna sandwich?
Within a month.
You bought bologna, made a sandwich.
Yeah, because I was
I
raised
only
much
marvel
like
if
Alicia.
I ever go, nobody does this. Dawson goes, I did it yesterday.
My mom,
doesn't matter what it is.
My mom and dad raised us to kind of take care of ourselves, and as soon as we were physically able to make our own lunches, we had to do that.
Well, we had
And we're
bologna
also
sandwiches too, but I hated them. I'm old now. Like
bologna,
I don't want them.
Bologna, salami, those are pretty much our go-tos in the
All
house.
right, so
Those are the
you
only two
still,
we
in modern times, do a bologna sandwich?
Still, love it.
David Freeberg.
All right. You ready? Here's my list: worst songs of all time. No Jefferson Starship on it.
That's good.
Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer. Oh, it's a horrible, simple. It's a boring, simpleton song that should have never been played on the radio. It's shit. Robert Palmer sucks. Sorry, God rest his soul, but he's a hack. His music's horrible. David, thoughts?
You're welcome to them, man.
You as a musician, when I said Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, I could see you nodding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I felt some.
You know that's a shit song,
let
right?
the darkness take over you, David.
I'm not sure. I remember enjoying that song.
No.
But you know music. That's the whole point. You have to hate bad songs, right? Because of your knowledge of music. Like, I know comedy, so I really hate bad comedy because I know comedy. You must be that way with music, right?
Maybe I just like the video. I don't know.
Oh, the Guitar Girls.
I'm picking up what you're putting
Maybe
down.
that's something.
And Mike Dawson.
Hound Dog was written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. Yeah. They originally wrote the song for Big Mama Thornton. Sorry.
They're the ones listed as the songwriters in BMI ASCAP for royalties. I kind of find it hard that I'm not going to totally believe that Big Mama Thornton went into the studio and sang a song written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. No, I bet it was her song.
Yeah.
She just didn't get the publishing credit.
You could be right. I mean, that happened a lot
That happened
in the
all
industry.
the time.
It happened a lot in the industry, and then like studio artists too.
But I don't know.
Like-
Why not?
I don't know either, but the music business was incredibly corrupt, especially towards black people in the beginning.
Yeah.
Their songs, publishing credit, writing credit was really taken from them. A lot.
All right, well, we can look it up. I don't know if there's more information on. Maybe there's that version.
I'm looking.
Disagrees with our version.
I just don't. I understand that the internet is going to tell you it's a song written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller.
Well, I think the problem is
they got the credit.
Well, then everything is on the table, is what I'm saying, for every song throughout history. We can go, the internet says, but come on now. Do you know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is that just because the internet says that Big Mama Thornton didn't write that, I don't have any evidence.
I know you don't. You're just disagreeing. But what I'm saying is,
I'm not just disagreeing.
Well, it could have
making a
happened.
point that I don't think. Do you think Jerry? I don't know. Let's look up the words to Hound Dog, and tell me if you really think a guy named Jerry Lieber wrote it.
Well, I don't think that's a great argument.
You can always tell you're losing an argument when you say, all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about, you know what people have to do? This is more for Alicia Krause and than you, but remember we had that comedian in here once, and I was basically telling him you should just be weighed before you get on the flight. Like, it shouldn't just be your bag. Okay, if your bag is 2 pounds over the legal limit at 52 pounds, but you're a waif model, and we got some husky dude with a lumberjack beard, and his is 1 pound under, but his combined weight with the bag and him is over 400 pounds, and your combined weight is under 170 pounds, then isn't it just weight? Like, why are we weighing the bags? And then he was just a fucking asshole, and he was just disagreeing with me the entire time. And at some point, I never forget this. He goes, people are going to game the system. And I go, how? How would you game this? Well, I'd like to do it now with my merch bag. A game, put helium in there. And so, and he goes, they'll figure out a way to game the system. And I go, how? And he goes, like, you get on the scale, your bag gets on the scale, you're going to game the system. He goes, you could be putting lead in your pockets. I go, no, that's the other way. He's like, well, it's like, here's all I'm saying. Here's number one. Just cut bait. Just cut bait. Sure. Just fucking walk away from your Alicia Krause just needed to walk away about 27 syllables into her retarded argument. Just walk away. Once you say make better flowers, you have to walk away at that point.
Sure. Yeah.
This is the problem. And by the way, it's a women and gay thing, which is just they got abandoned shit, man. They're gonna fucking leave a few good guys behind. Chicks will keep going with this shit. Just leave it. Yeah,
just
done.
Just drop a smug but still, we'll keep walking. Also, I didn't notice, if you are watching this on YouTube or on Substack, that the baloney point shitting and the flower vending point shitting, same episode. Back-to-back point shitting. I didn't realize it. I'm so glad I wasn't in the studio that day.
All right.
Hopefully the judges took that into consideration.
We have a winner, and it is the great Alicia Krause.
Oh.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
I am just happy to wear the crown of the winner this year, and I appreciate the flower vendor lobby for, really paying for all those billboards and for the nomination process and advocating for me to win this. And I just, I promise to keep shit talking over Adam whenever I'm given the opportunity.
Wow. I would call it a fluke. But she had a great line, make a better taco. I appreciate that.
I do, too.
And I think I lost points in that one because at the top, a lot of people don't know this, but when I'm engineering the show, I often eat burritos. And when I was ready to come right on at the top and say, yes, I named my house, but I had to finish the bite of the burrito.
That's what took you so long.
And the other thing, I was wrong on the Big Mama Thornton, so that cut me. But I also want to say that yesterday for lunch, I ate a bologna sandwich.
I was disgusted by bologna when I was like 11. Yeah. I did it, but bologna, I filed under American cheese and Sunny D. It's like, this isn't real. It's kind of real, but it's not real. I was weirdly, I wanted cheddar cheese and orange juice and turkey. But by the way, lunch meat when I was a kid for the Carollas was considered fucking exotic shit. Sure. Like, it was there'd be no smoked turkey breast somewhere. That would have been $4 or whatever.
Joy to the world, Pluto TV is free with all the best movies. The holidays are brutal, so if you're feeling frugal, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV for free.
Stream blockbuster hits like 21 Jump Street, Ted, The Expendables, and so much more on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
All right, moving on to our 9th installment of Rant of the Year.
Our 9th nominee for Rant of the Year, the Malibu Fire Unhoused.
I will go on a little mini rant here for a second, which is these people of the Palisades, of Malibu, of parts of Santa Monica, these people are all homeless. They're officially homeless. They fit the definition of homeless because they are unhoused. And I know you guys don't like to say junkies or mental nut jobs. You like to say homeless or the unhoused community, our unhoused community. Okay, everyone in Malibu's unhoused now, and everyone in the Palisades is unhoused. The great Steve Gutenberg, who we'll be hearing from later, is unhoused. I am unhoused. And all Jay-Z and Beyonce may be unhoused, along with Bill Simmons and everyone else in the Palisades and Santa Monica. We're all unhoused. Anyone sleeping on the sidewalk tonight? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody's sleeping outdoors tonight? But why? We're out. We're unhoused. We're unhoused. So of course we should be sleeping in a refrigerator box underneath the fucking overpass, but we're not. Why not? Because it's not about the house, you fucking retards. I have a network. They don't have a network because they're junkies and they burnt every bridge in their life. That's why. Not because of the house. I can go to Dr. Drew's house and crash at his house, and or I can go to Jimmy's house and crash at his house, and or I can afford to check into a hotel room. I am unhoused, but I have a network, and I'm not mentally insane, and I'm not a drug addict. Thus, none of the people who just got dehoused are going to be unhoused. They're all sleeping in a bed tonight. It's not their bed. Could be a hotel, could be a friend, could be a family member, but they are going to sleep indoors tonight. Every single one of them. Every one of them. So you want to talk about unhoused, housed, housing problem? We got a problem with the shortage of housing. No, we don't. These are drug addicts who can't hold down a job and function in society. So there you go. It's not about the house. We're all dehoused. Everyone in Malibu has no house. Powerful points being made. Oh, a guy. Good. I'm glad he popped up here for our 6th installment of Interview of the Year, which is Paul Walter Hauser. I found it exquisitely interesting. Got to have that guy back.
Our 6th nominee for Interview of the Year, Paul Walter Hauser.
I remember recently in the last few years getting sober, getting on sertraline, prioritizing sleep, and going to therapy, both personal and marital. And I said to myself, why do I feel so good? It's because you weren't a freaking mess like you used to be. You were actually taking control of your life in some regard.
So you got sober because of marijuana.
I got sober because of alcohol, marijuana, and pornography. I just decided all three were toxic to me being the best version of myself. And getting rid of that while entering therapy and getting on Zoloft, it's like it changed my entire chemical, system. I kind of underwent 3 to 9 months of just like undoing, decades of shit. It was crazy.
Is your candor and honesty part of this? Because you seem very...
Part of what?
Part of the transition into a different person.
I was always overly
willing to share.
Yeah.
Which
No,
I'm
I just
happy
like.
with.
There's so many people not telling the truth in the world that I
Yes.
prefer to tell the truth all the time and then face whatever mild consequence.
Scene stealer,
brother.
that guy.
Yeah.
So good in everything, man. Oh.
And we had no idea how interesting he was. And
No.
all of us were just glued to our headphones during that interview.
He was great.
Yeah.
Another guy, glad to speak to as well. Interview number 7, the great Charlie Sheen.
Our 7th and final nominee for Interview of the Year, Charlie Sheen.
I had a Porsche in 1987, and I used to live at County Line. You know where that is? Up
Sure.
near Neptune's Nest, right?
Yeah.
And there was one night I hadn't had a drink, and there was nobody on the road. It was about 3 a.m. It was a hardtop 911S, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful car, and I wanted to see what the damn thing could do.
Mm-hmm.
And stupidly, I got it up to about 161. Right?
Wow.
Yeah, I went for it, and the broken yellow line turned solid.
Yeah.
And that's when I needed like 5 miles to slow down.
Right.
Because I just started, I didn't want to jam on the brakes, but the road was so smooth and just a perfect moon. And I had passed a cop, probably between 110 and 130. So he takes a long time to get to me.
Right.
And he pulls me over, and a platoon had come out. But I didn't have the kind of recognition yet that made its way into,
The zeitgeist.
Yeah, or getting into new cars, like those moments.
Right.
And he says, what's going on? And I didn't have a cover story. And I said, just got this empty road, nothing to drink. I just really wanted to see if what the car could do. And the guy takes a beat and he says, well, you may want to slow down before you ruin a perfectly good piece of machinery.
Yeah.
It wasn't about me.
Man.
Love talking to that guy.
Before we announce the winner for Interview of the Year, it should be said that interviewing itself is a great skill.
Sure.
And we have learned so much about these guests, partly, a lot, due to the fact that you've been doing this for a long time. You know how to interview people. Interviewing is a skill, and you should get tipped for it, and you should not have to pay taxes on those tips.
Interviewing is a 10,000-hour thing, and it's probably the definition of that example of 10,000 hours is probably best used in interviewing because it's totally invisible. Like there's no certification or plaque on the wall or pilot's license or you pass the interviewing bar in California or anything.
Dudson School of Interviewing.
I should know. I'm Debbie Dudson.
Right.
So it's weird. It's invisible. But I can tell you're not good at it naturally, no matter how smart you are, articulate, funny, interesting, whatever. And I wasn't good at it when I began. And I don't even know when I got good at it. But I would say the helpful tips on the interviewing is listen and be present when they're doing it, and don't be reloading your next question in the middle of what they're saying because you're missing what they're saying and you're loading up your next question, And also be like a good center fielder before the ball comes off the bat. Just be in a neutral position, but don't be charging forward or running backward or right or left. Just be neutral, but be on the balls of your feet and be kind of poised, and
Ready
we're
to
going to
pivot.
find out where this thing goes. But there's also the number one thing I think for being better at interviewing is just relaxation.
Yeah.
Like the number one skill that all the good interviewers have is relaxing and going, we've been here and done that, and not getting beaked up like Charlie Sheen. I wish I watched this guy in the movie. I love Red Dawn. I'm so pumped up, becomes an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
But it really is like stand-up, but even more so than stand-up or radio or being a commercial airline pilot. Repetition, man. Because it's tough sledding at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's also a shitty thing that if you're a good interviewer, people don't really notice it, but if you're bad, they notice it immediately.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like I always told people, it's like being a mover. All you can do is ding an end table, and the fucking chick, you move into a mansion, 10,000 square feet, chick goes, a disaster. Look at the end table. But no one ever goes, who put that sofa there?
Right.
Like, that's excellent.
Same thing as being a sound guy. You don't know what I do until I do it wrong.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's also the choice of words. Like, I don't know if you noticed during that Drake Bell interview that you were doing, but at the beginning you said, so you were, and you could tell you were going to go say a word that maybe he would have been a little freaked out by, and then said, survivor of, and then obviously it relaxed him a little bit and it let him open up.
Yeah. Once again, our interviews of the year were Billy Bush, Daryl Hammond, Jake Steinfeld, Zachary Levi, Drake Bell, Paul Walter Hauser, and Charlie Sheen. Who is going to win?
And the winner is Paul Walter Hauser. I didn't know what to expect before I talked to that guy, but I was blown away. What a cool dude. Congratulations, Paul. All right, now we go to Guest of the Year?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, Guest of the Year. There we go. There we go.
The nominees for Guest of the Year are Dustin Ibarra,
Although this is a good movie idea, Skyrider.
Skyrider.
The Rock is a guy.
yes.
Okay, he was a Blue Angel. He was a highly decorated Blue Angel.
But a Blue Angel, did they do like Blue Angels didn't bomb people, right?
No, they were the stunt flying
he's just a
team
stunt
for the
flyer.
Navy, right?
Yeah.
So he was a Blue Angel, and there was like controversy. Like he had his wingman got too close to him, so he did an experimental acrobatic move to save the guy, and it worked, but he got drummed out of the Blue Angels. And now they do that thing. They do it in all those good movies. The guy was the best, riding high, and next thing you know, they cut to, and he's working at this crappy skywriting place.
Yeah.
And they're out in Simi Valley, and he's like, get him back in the plane. He's shaking his head, you know.
Yeah,
that's a biplane. Goes almost 100 miles an hour. You think it can handle it? It's like I flew F-16s. All right, what do we got here? You know, and he's out. That's the story, right? That's the base.
Yeah.
That's the base. And then there's his daughter.
Oh, there's always a daughter.
The daughter during the
Yeah.
divorce, and she's
Definitely.
like, think he's a loser, and it was great. And there's pictures, like he comes home at night after the skywriting thing, cracks a beer, and he looks at the picture
Always
of
a
him in the
picture.
full uniform when the daughter was 9 in front of the F-18, you know, and she's smiling, and he's smiling, and you just see him look at it.
Yeah,
and it
now
takes
she hates him now.
Takes another draw off his beer, you know.
Definitely mixed race child. You
Mixed
know,
race
Hollywood
child.
will they'll be like,
Love the mixed race.
Exactly. So you got to, and then whatever the climax is, this final thing where it's like, you can't do that. You can't write
We're
that.
not
He's like,
there yet. Hold
Okay,
on.
I got a
Take
good
it
one for when it
Okay,
happens. Okay,
all right,
so
all
he's
right.
at the place. He's looking at his daughter. He's a big drunk. Piece
Well,
of shit.
he's not a big drunk. He's
No?
he's the Rock.
Snorts a little meth.
He does a little.
Okay.
He does a freeze.
Okay.
A little booger sugar.
Jay Leno,
So then the interviewer says, how did you and Johnny handle politics? I said, well, we made fun of both sides. You know, we never picked a side. Nobody could figure out a politics. That's all I said. Okay, about 3 weeks later, Colbert gets fired. And the headline is, Leno lashes out at Colbert.
Right.
I didn't. Leno says you're supposed to make fun of both. No, I didn't pick. And then I got every comic calling me names and saying, why did you say? I didn't say it. They always do that in the press.
I don't know why it's Lucy with the football. It gets moved every time.
Yeah.
Why do we take a run at it?
Yeah.
You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it bothers me when comedians sort of jump on other comedians.
Yeah, I don't like
that.
Because I never mention another comedian in a disparaging way. I just ignore it when all the guys were attacking me and Stern and all this. I just said, yeah, I just let it go. It's fine. It's fine. You know, my attitude in show business is they don't believe the good stuff or the bad stuff. Hey, you suck. Okay, well, thanks. Thanks for your opinion. Hey, you're the greatest. Oh, thank you. Thanks for your opinion. Obviously, I like the good a little bit better, but for the most part, I don't dwell on it because it's just what it is. You know.
Pete Berg.
When I was in high school, we had payphones, right? And I went to a boarding school. I lived at the school. And I came up with this genius idea that I was going to rip the payphone off the wall and throw it out the window of the 5-story tower at my school. And then when the payphone broke, I'd run down and get all the money. So I was going to get rich, right? Had this whole idea. So me and my friend, Carlos Salgado, Carlos, yeah, you did this. We ripped the payphone off the wall and we dragged it up to the top of the tower. And we were about to throw it out the window, but then we realized the coins would, just dissipate and go everywhere. So I ran down to my room and I got my laundry bag and I put the phone in the laundry bag because that way we'd catch the coin.
Sure.
We threw it out the window and 5 stories down and it hit the concrete and it literally sounded like a bomb went off. Just this deafening sound. The phone bounced 8 feet in the air, landed again loud, didn't break, just everybody put their heads out and we ran away, right? An hour later, I get a call to go see the principal. I go into his office, there's the phone all banged up on his floor, my laundry bag, and my name tag from the laundry bag that he cut out. And I'm like, and he's like, you're so stupid.
Jay Moore.
My SNL audition, I did De Niro and Pesci doing Raging Bull, but if they were Batman and Robin.
Really?
When do you stop eating, you fat bat fuck? Your belly's hanging over the bat belt. You broke the fucking bat pole. She really did the Catwoman did a fucking number on you. Look at you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is good.
Good times.
And Greg Fitzsimmons.
So I go to Alaska last weekend.
Oh, I love Alaska.
2 weekends ago, yeah. And I'm doing this club in Fairbanks.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to the guy that runs the club, I said, I want to do something kind of outdoorsy. I'm in Alaska. Let me do something. So he calls me back and he goes, there's this guy. I'm forgetting his first name, but his last name, I'm not going to say his last name. So he goes, he's got an outdoors company, snowmobiles and ATVs, and he's a fan of yours, and he's really excited to take you out. I said, amazing. But then I'm also a little bit nervous because, I grew up in New York, and I've been here for 25 years. I'm soft. I'm not an outdoorsy guy. And these Alaska guys, I'm just picturing this is like a guy who's, I'm going to be cold by the end of the day, and something's going to hurt. So he picks me up. And he's got a monster truck. The wheels are as tall as I am, and he's towing this dune buggy covered in mud. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I get in the truck, and we start driving. And it turns out he's just the nicest guy. He's older than me. He's retired. And so I was like, all right, we're going to have a nice day. Siren goes off behind us. We're getting pulled over by the cops. And he goes, this is bad. I go, this is bad. I go, I don't think you did anything wrong. And he goes, this is bad. So cop starts walking towards the car, and I'm not making a word of this up. He hands me a baggie with white powder in it, and part of it spills on my leg. Wow. And he goes, get rid of this. So I stick it in the back seat, under the seat. Cop walks up, he goes, license and registration. And the guy goes, grab my registration out of the glove box. So I open the glove box, and another baggie with pills and $100 bills starts to pop out. And I shove it back in with the back of my hand. I cover it with a piece of paper. And the cop goes, what are you hiding? And so, great. Now I'm an accomplice.
Yeah.
And so I hand him the bag of drugs, and he tells us to put our hands on the dashboard.
Wow.
And so he says to the guy, he's going to run this guy's license. He runs it. We got our hands on the dashboard. He comes back. He goes, sir, do you realize there's an outstanding felony warrant? And he goes, yeah. And then the cop goes, "Are there any firearms in the car?" And I'm thinking, naturally,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Got
this.
a grenade launcher and a bazooka.
So he goes, "No, I don't have one." So he takes him out of the car and he handcuffs him.
Mhm.
And he brings him back to the car. I'm sitting there going like, I got a fucking show tonight, you know?
Wow.
And so the cop walks back and he goes, "I'm not coming closer to you because that's fentanyl on you."
Oh, wow.
Asked me for my license. I give it to him. And I go, "Dude," "I'm a comedian." I just met this guy 20 minutes ago. I have no idea. And he goes, "I'm not buying it." He's like, "You're from California. That's a drug feeder state," was the phrase.
Feeder.
And then he goes, "And I don't believe you're a comedian. You're not funny." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't on."
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
So he goes, "All right, well, are you feeling any effects from the..." I go, "Yeah." I said, "I'm extremely lightheaded. I feel very off." So he goes, "Well, I have one of those pens."
Narcan.
The Narcan back in the car. So he goes, "Get out of the car, just walk carefully." So I start walking, and we go back to the police car, and he opens up the back door, and the guy who is driving me gets out, and then they both look at me, and they go, "We're coming to your show tonight," and they started laughing.
Oh, my God.
And I fell on the ground on all fours out of relief, and I couldn't stop laughing.
What a story.
Wow. Man. Ooh. Let's see. All right. Oh, I got the winner.
Mhm.
Okay. It's Fitz Dog, everybody. It's
Fitz Dog.
Simmons.
yeah.
Man, that's so great.
Greg Fitzsimmons. Nice. Deserve it.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we got an
Oh.
acceptance speech here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Adam and the whole crew over at the ACS. It's Greg Fitzsimmons. I'm beyond thrilled to have won Guest of the Year on the show. It's some stiff competition. It really means a lot to me. The show means a lot to me. To sit there next to a man who, with nasal congestion, has become one of the top broadcasters in history, one of the most generous. I hope everybody on the staff is enjoying their bonus this year of not Taco Bell material again, and the opportunity to work for. Look, it's not a lot of money. He's not paying you a lot of money, but it's a stepping stone. It's a diving board into an industry that doesn't exist anymore. So you got that. Mainly, I want to thank the fans that have been so supportive of you guys, of me. When I go on the road, I get to meet you. Everybody always says, "Send my love to Adam and the crew." So from everybody, from the producers and the bookers to the PAs to the editors, everybody over there does an amazing job. Thanks for having me again and again. And have a happy new year. That's my driver. He's a big fan.
It's great. You guys got bonuses? Sons of bitches.
All right. Last, the rant of the year, number 10.
Okay.
Rant of the year.
Our 10th and final nominee for Rant of the Year, PPP Loan Shane.
And the tweet reads, "I have a thought. How about everyone take care of themselves and their families and not rely on the government?" That's all. Been saying it my whole life. I don't think the government does a great job of taking care of people. I ate the government food when I was in junior high and grade school, part of the free lunch program.
Oh, yeah.
It was slop. It was prison food. And saw my mom trying to get by on welfare and food stamps, and not a great life. Just the minimum. So I'm suggesting that people take care of their own shit, and that would include their family. I didn't do anything. I just said, take care of yourself, take care of your family, don't rely on the government. And everyone went fucking batshit crazy. And my whole new world order is I don't have any reverse gear for shit I'm right about. You people can all suck my medium-sized cock. You want me to what? Walk away from a normal comment? So here's the deal. During COVID, they shut my business down during COVID. The government Your beloved government shut my business down for no fucking reason, but they did it anyway. Okay. Then I had my business shut down, and I still had many employees. Not just the podcast, but the movie making and others. I probably had 20 employees. I felt responsible for those employees, so I kept paying every employee. No employee missed a paycheck during COVID. We moved around, we did remote, we came back, we did some hybrid thing, we did everything we could do, but nobody missed a paycheck. Then, at some point, I don't know when, but after we were into COVID, my money manager, who does pays all the taxes and does all the stuff, told me, I think we're eligible for one of these PPE loans because you have a small business and they shut you down. And I said to him, fine, do whatever you can do. And then somebody tweeted that I took this money and I never paid it back. And it was $300,000, even though it wasn't $300,000. And then I wrote the guy back and I just said, it was $300,000. I pay $300,000 quarterly in taxes, so fuck off. And then he was like, oh, you don't think you should be, you're taking money from the government. And I just said, hey, bitch, how much you spend in taxes? And then everyone goes, it doesn't matter how much you spend in taxes. It doesn't matter? Why doesn't it matter? If you pay the government, one guy said to me, I just kept saying to him, tell me what you pay in taxes or shut the fuck up, pussy. And he goes, I paid $12,000. I said, I paid that this weekend. So you got a long way to go, bro. You got a long way to go before you catch up to me. And then I said, don't you care about the kids? You should pay more. Here's the deal. If you pay the government $2 million and they give you $300,000, then they're still up 1.7. Yeah. But if you pay them 12 grand and they give you 300 grand, well, then they're down $288,000. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. My whole thing is I pay a shitload in taxes, fuck right off. What are you trying to guilt me? By the way, you don't pay a shitload in taxes, so what are you coming after me for, bitch? And I'll tell you why. You're ashamed because you're not successful, so fuck off. Yeah. We got ourselves into trouble as a society because rich people started shopping at Old Navy and going, no, I know, I'm with you guys. I mean, they go, instead of going, I fucking work every weekend, I bust my ass, I've trained my ass off, so shut up, go find a mirror. Instead, they decided to try to make friends with all the fucking poor people that were living in some sort of shame bouillabaisse, and that's what happened. I said into a microphone my entire broadcasting career, I'm literally a millionaire. I used to say it on Loveline in 1998. I never tried to distance myself from success. Every politician, Gavin Newsom, oh shucks, single mom, yeah, we grew up, we didn't have, every celebrity, every politician, every celebrity does, oh shucks. No one goes, I fucking work hard. My dad worked real hard too, and yeah, he was successful, and thus I got a lot of good shit because he busted his fucking hump, and maybe you should drink a little less and put in a few more weekends. Nobody says that. Yeah. They just go, these are hard working, salted. I fucking lived with the hard workers. The fucking hard workers are faking disability for back pains and fucking doing by the way, always smoking, drinking, doing drugs, like all that shit you don't want people to do. They always do about 10 times as much of that shit as the people that are fucking working weekends. All right, so own it. All right, we have the rant of the year. Let's see. It's tipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one is rant of the year because I don't think anyone's ever thought of that.
Yeah. That's
not something I've ever heard. The other stuff you go, well, you could think that.
Yeah, I hear people complain about it, but not in the fashion that you have talked about it. You know, some comics will do a bit on it, but they basically talk about turning the square around. Oh, you expect me to pay blah, blah, blah?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to pay 30% because I bought a cup of coffee, but you went in on somebody that nobody gets gets shit for, and that is the good-looking gal who does the bottle service at the club. That gal never takes any heat, so I'm glad that you brought it on her.
One observation I've made during these rants is you've mellowed over the years a little bit. You've not lost your wit. You're not one bit less sharp. But I think you've found a way to just kind of accept and not scream so much. But there's still glorious rants. I think you've settled down just a little bit over the years.
Well, you know, with the age comes the wisdom. And the prostate.
I feel like you still got it, Ace. I hate to tell I feel 1,000% like you still got your fastball.
I think he's saying, in his own point-shitting way, he's just saying less yelling and more to the point.
Sure, yes.
Which I agree, because anyone can yell. Yeah. All right, let's see. Who do we need to thank for this, Dawson? Because there's lots of people.
Well, of course, I'd like to thank RUDY PAVICH, the staff inside here, Andrew, Chuck, Joey, Daphne. All of that is in the credits as well. But one person I would really like to thank is Mr. Mike Lynch.
Yeah.
20 years ago, it was 2006. KLSX, we're getting ready for our winter break, and me being a radio person, I say to Lynch, I'm like, we're not doing our job if there's not some kind of best of. Mm-hmm. And we got off the air at 10 a.m., and for the next 16 hours, me and Mike spent 16 hours in the studio creating the very first Ace Awards. And after that show was done, Lynch said something to me that I will never forget, and I tell people this often. I tell Lynch, hey, great job, man. We did it. Fantastic. And Lynch looks at me and he says, just remember, today's miracle is tomorrow's expectation.
Yeah.
20 years later, it's been a pleasure doing this with Mike Lynch every single year.
I think my parents coined that phrase.
Right.
Yeah. You drive to the airport once, they're going to want to go again. Right. All right, great job to everyone. I'm going to be in Colorado on January 8th through the 11th, and I'll be all over the place. So I'll be at the Rialto Theater, and I'll be at Colorado Springs at Looney's, and I'll be at Greenwich Village, Colorado. What? Comedy Works. What?
Yeah.
Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Rudy?
Yeah, I'll be on all those Colorado dates with you. And then also, if this is going to come out on Tuesday the 24th, so if you're going to be in Las Vegas, I'll be at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club the 26th to the 29th. And then check me out January 16th at the Red Carpet in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
I will be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood on New Year's Eve.
There you go.
So join me out there.
So, till next time, Sam for Dawson and Rudy saying mahalo.
The 2025 Ace Awards were produced by Mike Lynch and Mike Dawson. Co-produced by RUDY PAVICH, Daphne Hinton, Chuck Friedman, Joey Perez, and Andrew Hobson. Special thanks to the 2025 news team, Jason Mayhem Miller, Alicia Krause, RUDY PAVICH, and Mike Dawson. The Ace Awards were produced using Adobe Audition and Avid Pro Tools. Music and score provided by Extreme Music. All audio spoken into Rode microphones. Travel to the Ace Awards was provided by an undercharged EV, piloted by Mike August. Hotel accommodations by that place Adam stayed in Burbank when the mayor let Malibu burn to the ground. Catering by Dr. Drew's Shit Sandwich Mom. Tell a friend about the Ace Awards and get them listening in 2026.
It's insane. I blame everybody but me.
The Ace Awards.